making videos back to back because I wanted to do this thing with my channel. Sorry, I'm blocking you. Where I want to talk about what is happening right now, like in the United States. But yeah, I want to do that, but I don't want that to be what. Basically, I want to do those videos at night. I don't know if that makes sense, but I only want to do those videos at night, not during the sun time, not during when the sun's out, because it's just so beautiful outside. Some cars going by, but other than that, birds chirping, nothing else. It's so beautiful. It smells so nice. But yeah, this video is going to be about, I was angry in the other one, but completely calm now. Isn't that weird? Some people should, not saying use me as a role model, but genuinely don't let emotions burden you. Let it pass. But yeah, this video is going to be about how, in the end, evil doesn't win. Evil doesn't win. So, this is mainly going to be about, I said it in the video I just posted, about how in the end of what we're going through right now, even if it ends up with lives lost and pain and suffering, especially if it comes down to that, the people on the right side of history, which are the people who see with their own eyes what is really happening in this country, are going to be the ones on top, are going to be the survivors. Maybe there's not going to be a lot of them. Maybe most of us will die. But in the end, it will be the people who have something to die for. The people who are on the wrong side, unfortunately, have no meaning to their life. And that doesn't mean that, like, they didn't know that if they wanted to be a mechanic when they grew up, or this or that. That's just meaning of life, of just the meaning of not the word, the aspect of life. They can't look at trees and genuinely love them for what they really are. They can't look at life and love it for what it is. They look at life and they see something they can hold in their hand and control and dominate. And when you see it like that, you truly have nothing to live for. Think about it. Say you live for this purpose of control. You do everything in your life to get to this one goal of controlling everything. What's your meaning after that? You lose all meaning of your life once you get. There's nothing after that. And some might say that's the whole point. But truly, you have nothing to live and die for. You have no meaning to your life. And a man with no meaning, a person with no meaning, has already condemned themselves to hell. You've already condemned yourself to hell. Even if you're a Christian, you've already condemned yourself to hell. But in the end, hopefully there's no pain. Hopefully there's already pain and suffering. But in the end, all we can hope for is the least amount of bloodshed and the least amount of violence. And the only thing we can do is keep our feet planted, even though we are scared. I'm scared. And I'm a white man, dude. Like yeah. I I I come from a family that's immigrated. I'm the first of my generation that's on this fucking soil. And I was born here. And I was raised in a system that completely made me see the world as this perfect fucking place. Not this perfect place, but like reading history about racism and all this, and me just being like, wow, I couldn't imagine living in an actual world where this is happening. Like, if this happened today, it wouldn't. It would not happen. It would simply not happen. But look what is happening right now. And it's, I went through school, was sucked at it. I was never able to pay attention. Never able to pay attention. Always got bad grades. Always was scolded for it. I could never do anything about it. I tried my hardest, my absolute hardest. But at the end of the day, in the views of the system, that's my fault. Not the system's fault of how they organized everything. It's my fault because I couldn't get in line with it. But in reality, it's not because I couldn't get in line with it. It's because deep down, something inside of me knew that this was all bullshit. Whatever is being told to me is just bullshit. The blatant lies in history, like just everything. I'm not gonna go on listing shit. You learn nothing of equivalence in school. I'm sorry. You're not taught things that you need to fucking know in real life in fucking school. Yes, you can take classes that are optional, not that are forced on you, like the bullshit that is in today's and even back then. School was created, first of all, to make workers. School was never created to make thinkers or people to actually innovate and continue to create. School was made for workers. That's the first and fundamental thing that if you need to know that, and that's the only thing you need to know to realize that that system is not made for everyone. And if you're told that it's your fault, it's not. It's not. And that's what I was told. But deep down, something inside of me told me that I simply knew that this is all bullshit. This world is backwards. And for a little bit, I lived in that backwards world, but very early on, I fucking woke the fuck up because nothing made sense. And nothing made sense forever, but I didn't start questioning it until multiple things started not making sense. Because I was just told to just put it to the side. Put it to the side. All you can do is blame other things. You can never blame yourself. You know? And it's like, because that's what I did. I blamed school. I blame. It was like, this isn't like. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I need to. From an early age, you're taught to live in the upside down world. But you need to realize that, and a lot of people have realized it, and the people who haven't, they're lost. Hopefully in the next life, because that's what this is. Unfortunately, you fucking lost your way in this one, but in the next one, I hope you fucking find it. But if not, you'll get your chance over and over again until you strike gold. And just like it happened in Germany, in the end, peace won. We won. But at the same time, are we truly the good people too? Even in that circumstance, yes, yeah. I'm not saying anything about that. what we did, if anything, it probably should have happened faster. I don't really know the history behind it, but if I was the president of the United States and I even got a word about some dude wanting to just kill a whole group of people, I would have instantly been doing something about it. But nonetheless, it's we will always be the ones to rise up, even if it's even if it's a fucking 1,000 people left on this fucking soil. It will be the people on the right side of history, even if they're wounded. Because the difference between, I'm telling you right now, the difference between a person who has something to die for, who gets shot, will not cowardly run back. They will proudly stay where they stand and keep fighting. A person who is a coward and has nothing to live for and gets shot would run away. And the people who are rounding up these people and are acting big and bad and just taking the rights away from human beings, doesn't matter if you're illegal or not, no such thing as that. Sorry if you really believe that. You've been brainwashed. Can't be illegal on stolen land, unfortunately. I don't belong here. We do not belong here. And it makes me mad to really think about it, the fact that I am here. But that doesn't make me want to fucking, that doesn't make me grovel and be like, no, I can still live my life. But I can tell it how it is. I can tell it how it is. And I can try to do something. I can try to help. Because you can't bring it back. You can't bring that back. You can't that whole image of early days have been shattered by, imagine it as a big glass bulb and a big ass hammer just fucking bah, bah, right there. And as soon as it hit that, everything just shattered into space. And over all this time, there's no way you can grab all those pieces and put it back together. Even if you went out on a journey and grabbed every single piece you could find, there are still going to be missing parts in that fucking puzzle. And it will never be the same image, but you can try your hardest to get it back to it. And that's the best we can do. That's the best we can do. Truly is. You just got to think positive. The more people who think positive, the more people who are awake to this, the easier it will be for us to take back control. Because at the end of the day, don't rely on something to make your life livable. Don't rely on anything. And I mean, by that I mean like physical things. Don't rely on physical things to make your life worth living. Because once you obtain physical things, that's it. When you want to gain stuff like love, knowledge, fucking discipline, you can only gain more and more and more and more. There is no limit to that. It's infinite. And once people realize that and stop chasing the stuff that is limited and will never ever satisfy you, because your being is eternal, you cannot satisfy yourself with things that you cannot take with you after this life. And if your whole life is being, oh, I want all this stuff, I want this, I want that, I want all these materialist physical things. When you pass, when you go on, you are going to have learned nothing. And you're going to come right back and hopefully you learn stuff. Because if you don't, you're just going to live the same life you did. That's the whole point. I don't know if this is stroking my ego or anything, but I truly believe I'm an old soul. And this is the reason why I have realized this. And I'm not saying new souls can't realize this. Because I truly believe someone who is going through life their first time, because reincarnation is real. Sorry, not the time. But these people who are going life their first time and can be awoken and can have their eyes open, that can happen. It can happen. You just need to, it's it's really rare, I feel like, because this world is full of deception. Materialistic and physical things are deception. Your brain is formulating this image that you see, the real image that you would see if your brain would take in all that information. That's what happens when you take so many psychedelics and you lose your image of reality. People go crazy because they take too much psychedelics, because they can't come back to the reality that they knew. But in the true reality, that's their true reality. You're not taking these drugs. They are taking you, motherfucker. They are showing you what is real. Sorry, I just cursed. This is supposed to be a nice video. Let's sit here for a second. Just bathe. Just bathe in the sun. Tree's kind of blocking it, but that's fine. We will rise instead of fall, because we truly have something to live for. And everyone supporting the wrong side of history has unfortunately lost that. You can still gain it back, but unfortunately you can't just decide to switch sides and think that you're good. Unfortunately, you have caused the pain and the suffering that has taken place, and you need to be, I'm sorry, but you will be and need to be, and I'm going to say prosecuted, but I don't even mean like put in jail just because you voted for Trump. I mean prosecuted as like bad, like what you've done will come back to you in your life, karma. And I'm not saying prosecuted as every single one of you Trump supporters or every single one of you Trump voters need to go to jail. That's not what I'm saying at all. So don't try to mix up my words. What I'm saying by prosecuted is that your actions will have karma towards them. And right now, your karma might not be hitting because because of this is all working right now for you guys. But as soon as we start, more people start waking up one by one and start voicing what's happening, because that's what you gotta do. Doesn't matter if you're a nobody. I'm a fucking nobody. Sorry to curse again, but no one's probably gonna watch this, but still, I'm saying it. My neighbors are probably hearing me say this every single day I record this. I don't care. People need to hear it. I simply do not care at this point. And if I die for it, I die for it. It's that simple. In my belief, worse comes to worse, I'm just going to come back into this world, but according to this life, I'm only going to be more happier and be able to help more people in the next. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a person who puts down people and doesn't see life as what it truly is. And that's not humans being on top of nature. We are not. Yes, there's a pyramid to predators and everything, but just because we're on top does not mean we control things, does not mean this is here for us. That is selfishness. That is pure selfishness and ignorance to really think that. If anything, it was here for these trees before us. So you need to wake up to that. You truly do. It's really as simple as just doing that. Just regularly. All that pent-up anger and frustration just simply just goes out with every deep breath. Make sure you're using full lung capacity. Don't be doing your little... Use your full lung capacity. It's really good for you. Buddha wasn't fat. He breathed with his belly. But yeah. Like I said in my other video, these people need to just wake up. Because if not, they're not going to be the people in the end who rise. And that will be That would be good. Good will always oversee evil. But evil will always be there. That doesn't mean evil will never be there. Evil will always be there. But good will always triumph evil. Over time, good will always triumph evil. And our job here, as humans, as these creatures with this conscious, it is our job not to control it, not our job to be like, or to think that, to find out things and be like or I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not our thing that's been created for us. Our job is to simply keep things balanced. We are basically the only creature that can take care of other creatures. We are the only creature that can look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, I am one. This is me right now. I am individual. I have my own thoughts. We are the only ones, and our job is to simply keep things balanced. That's why we are here. That's what God is. We are made in the image of God, and God is balance. And we have completely destroyed that. Completely. Christians aren't Christians anymore. They aren't. This is Christian nationalism, unfortunately. Every religion at one point has been twisted. Not every religion, but the religions that, the main ones that are being forced upon you, the ones that are forced upon you, they were originally, there was something cooking originally back in those texts, but at one point they twisted it and they put this false reality in front of your face and told you to worship these things out of your life, to blame things on Satan, an outer entity, on the bad things that happened in your life, for instance. Because I really don't know about any other religion except Christianity, but it's a false reality, and we are here to balance it out. It's really weird. This is a random thought, but like, this is random and has nothing to do with this really, but I was in the shower the other day and I was thinking, shower thought, and I was thinking, wow, I always wondered what it was like for people before computers, people before the internet. And I've kind of experienced that in some way with AI. And it was just crazy to think about that. I don't know. History repeats itself. In that one circumstance, it did too. But in every circumstance, it will. So, unless you're able to take control of your own history and your own being, and realize that you aren't here for control or dominations, you aren't here because everything's made for you. You are just simply here to keep things balanced, keep things restored. And we have lost that. Not we, as in everyone, but our civilization. Oh shit! Hope that wasn't loud. Because past civilizations knew this, but over time, their knowledge and everything they've been trying to tell us has been smothered in lies, in false history, and we're told complete opposite things. Complete opposite things. And it's tragic. But yeah, wanted to make this video right after, because like I said, when sun shines out, I want to make spiritual, I don't really know what I call these videos, but not videos about politics or anything I would be so-called mad about. But yeah, thank you for listening if you did, and have a good rest of your day.